Hey y'all, I know I've been a hermit again, but I have good reason. So every year before my birthday, I do a prayer fast based on the book The Circle Maker. And the devotional is called Draw the Circle. I've shared this a whole bunch of times. Um, but this year I knew I really needed to pray about some things. And for me, I just wanted to pray about my healing. Um, Mainly because, I've shared about the hormonal challenges that I've had. But during the course of this time, God made me realize that I have gotten a lot of unexpected side effects from surrendering control and accepting the things I cannot change. One of the biggest side effects or silver lining blessings for me was developing discipline. Now, I've been very disciplined in the past, and to be honest, I feel like I'm pretty disciplined in a lot of areas of my life. But when I decided that I was going to make a lifestyle change of working out and being more conscious of the things that I was eating, and accepting the fact that I can't control the hormonal issues I'm having, but I can work out to make myself happy and to offset and release stress, the immediate impact for me was the fact that it's been 6 months and I've been consistently working out a minimum of 150 minutes a week. And most times it's about I work out like I guess a total of 4 or 5 hours roughly a week. And it's done like wonders for my mental health. I see changes in my body, like I have more definition. And even with the things that I can't control, like I still feel physically better and stronger. Um, Another thing that happened as a result of that is God really dealt with me about the things that I was watching. I personally stand, um, hold fast to the fact and stand on the fact that we have to be mindful of what we're consuming, both what we're watching and what we're listening to. And that applies to everything: the TV programming, things you listen to on the radio, the music you listen to, the movies you watch, the people the ministries you listen to and you get your word from. And so over the course of the last 6 weeks, God has really been doing something with me with that. Like, I've been praying a whole lot about hoping to find like a church home here in Atlanta. Whereas I've been like a virtual member of other ministries. But for now, what God has had me do is go back to where I was watching. Like, I've faithfully watched Dr. Tony Evans now for almost 10 years, if not longer than that. And that ministry has been a blessing to me. And so as a result, I went back to what I know. And I've been more mindful to like not watch so many crime shows because I don't want that coming up in my dreams, coming up in my sleep. And I want my heart and my mind to be open to receive whatever dreams and visions and downloads God wants to pull into me. I've also been able to become consistent with reading my devotions. Um, I wasn't a daily devotional reader. Like, I have seasons where I'm a daily devotional reader, and it may be buying a devotion and then reading it. But what has really been a blessing to me as well has been doing Bible app reading plans. So they just give me another way to read through the Bible because I like the topical approach. Like, I like whatever I'm dealing with at that moment or in that season. I like being able to go find something or a topic on that, so that way I can tag team with God. Basically, of course, I'm praying about this thing, but then I can fight it with the word as well as trusting God to do whatever God wants to do about the situation. And as a result, I I just feel like completely different about a whole lot of things. God reminded me that my one word for the year was return. And so I'm seeing that play out. Like, I had to return to ministries. I once was a part of, or rather, I was being fed from. I had to return to being consistent with working out. I had a time in my life, the last time I was in school, I was very consistent with working out because I had a very strict schedule. I had work, school, and I'll come home and work out. And those things helped me to manage my stress. So being disciplined with working out, and then also being disciplined with my devotion. So not only am I just attending church on Sundays, but I'm getting a word from God throughout the week. So that way I set the tone for my day. And I am just really grateful because I'm glad to start 38, start this year on the right foot, but also to get a hold on the things that I've been doing. So that way I'm in alignment with God and what God wants for my life. The other thing too that God has been dealing with me about is frivolous purchases. Like, I won't say I'm a shopper, but I buy stuff. And sometimes, like, I'll buy the thing, I might use it once or twice, or I may never even use it. So I've been able to do a lot of purging, and I've also been being more mindful. Like, do I really need this thing? If I don't need it, then I need to either return it, or I need to give it away. And so that way I could be mindful of where my money's going, because God has definitely blessed me over the years of being a software engineer and being in this space and the things that come with it. And so I want to be a good steward of everything, especially my money and my time, because those are the two things that one, we're trading time for money, and time is something we can never get back. So as a result of all of that, like, God, I think I mentioned that I was applying to go back to school. And one of the things I put in the atmosphere, I was like, God, if this is what you want for me, if you want me to go back to school, then I need money to go back to school, and I need it to be able to work so that way I'm still able to be present with my son and present in my relationship and present for myself. And so, as of the first week of June, maybe second week of June, I've only applied to 3 schools. I haven't heard from the third school, but 2 of the schools I've applied to so far, I've gotten scholarships. And one of the schools so far, the timing and the schedule will work perfectly well for me to be able to be present in, as well as going back to school to do the things that God has told me to do. So I feel like the biggest things I was supposed to share is that I'm really grateful for this season that God has had me in, this period and season of return, like returning to a disciplined life, returning to things that were really building me up spiritually and getting me to the place where God wanted me to be, returning to things that made me happy. And even when things don't go the way they're supposed to go, like, I had a whole slew of plans for today and none of those things worked out. But everything that I wrote down last night, I was talking to my son. He asked me, and I love kids, man, because they just have this innocence and this purity about them. And he asked me what 4 things I wanted for my birthday. And it made me think deeper, because I don't need anything. I don't need a single thing. But I wrote I wanted a hug, so he gave me a hug. I wrote that I wanted a piece of cake or a cupcake or a buntlet. And Nothing But Cakes gives out free buntlets for your birthday. So I went and got that today. The other thing was I wanted to food that I didn't have to cook, and so far I haven't cooked anything all day. And we're gonna go eat in a little bit. And then last, I wanted to laugh. And just in reflecting and just watching my kid and just different things, that even in spite of today not going as planned, I have been able to laugh. And so I'm grateful to be able to start this year, with everything I wanted answered. So I hope y'all have a great day. I hope y'all have a great week. Again, y'all know how I do. who knows when I'm gonna post again. I'm trying to do better and be consistent. But with these new things on the horizon for me, um, time is gonna be even more limited. So I want to be intentional to do everything that God wants me to do, which means I have to be a good steward of the time I do have. So I hope y'all have a great day, and bye. That's it.